Hey, it's Lou, and here's the thing. A few weeks ago, the internet had a meltdown when Kanye West reiterated his support for Republican President Donald Trump. Let's be frank. Kanye's affection for the commander-in-chief is a surprise because A, Kanye's a celebrity and celebrities tend to be left-leaning, and B, Kanye's black. African Americans are overwhelmingly Democrats. These two elements of dissonance were too much for some to bear. What's not surprising is the fact that Kanye offered his political opinion in the first place.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
We've grown accustomed to entertainers who promote candidates or push a political agenda. But are celebrity endorsements effective, or do they backfire on both the politician and the famous person? As this academic paper acutely points out, the scarcest resource in American politics today is attention. That's why politicians seek celebrity endorsements. It's beyond debate that famous people attract eyeballs. But do they win over hearts and minds? Beyond getting us to just look at a candidate, can they get us to vote for one? Well, consider the 2016 presidential election. Hillary Clinton had a who's who of celebrity supporters, while Trump was inviting D-listers to talk at the Republican National Convention. Yet, Trump won. Two quick caveats here, though. One, Trump is a celebrity in his own right, so perhaps his personal star power leveled the playing field a bit. And two, it's obviously impossible to look at any one single element of a campaign and say, oh, that specifically didn't work. Campaigns employ a lot of different strategies, and evaluating them brings to mind the famous marketing cliche, half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is, I don't know which half. As an aside, when pollsters ask people if celebrity endorsements have an impact on them, the majority of people say no. However, that could be a form of self-delusion. Perhaps it's embarrassing to admit that you're impressionable to pop culture influences when it comes to something important like government. Valerie O'Regan, a political science professor at Cal State Fullerton, told me that while people deny being influenced, they can generally recall which celebrities endorse their preferred candidate, so maybe it works on a subliminal level. Meanwhile, the academic investigation into the efficacy of celebrity endorsements has produced mixed results, but it's clear that the efficacy varies depending on the particular celebrity doing the endorsing. And even if you got the right celebrity, the context has to make sense. In a forthcoming study about the 2016 election, Bowling Green State professor David Jackson found that George Clooney's endorsement of a candidate had no effect on the people he surveyed. But Beyonce, Ted Nugent, Lena Dunham, and Ava Longoria had double-digit negative effects. So those endorsements backfired. Jackson concluded that a strong favorability among the general population was the key characteristic of an effective spokesperson. But good luck at getting an entire country filled with Republicans and Democrats to agree on someone they like. Apparently, there's a silent majority of Beyonce haters out there. Professor O'Regan told me that perceived credibility was the most important feature of a good celebrity endorser. And Professor Jennifer Brubaker of UNC Wilmington told me that the endorser can't be seen as someone who is constantly pushing a political perspective. They have to pick their spots. Now, these stars aligned in 2008 to make Oprah Winfrey the perfect kingmaker for Barack Obama in the Democratic primary against Hillary Clinton. One study concluded that Oprah's endorsement was responsible for more than 1 million votes for Obama. That's really impactful because Obama's margin of victory was less than 1 million. Michael Cobb, yet another political science professor, he's from NC State, pointed out a bunch of interesting elements that made this endorsement successful. First, because it was the Democratic primary, Oprah wasn't asking anyone to cross over party lines to vote for Obama. This was an election just for Democrats. Also, Oprah embodied both of the candidates' most visible differentiating characteristics: black like Obama, female like Clinton. So she was seen as having a personal investment in this, but not too biased towards one or the other. And back then, Oprah was seen as a very credible businesswoman who's a well-informed thought leader, but she wasn't very political.
I've never taken this kind of risk before, nor felt compelled to stand up and speak out before.
She recommended books and diets, but not politicians. This was her picking her spot. Obviously, her involvement in politics has changed since then. And like Oprah, A lot of celebrities are becoming more and more political. Brubaker told me that we sort of force the famous to pick ideological sides. Last year, for instance, football players all of a sudden had to decide whether to kneel or not kneel during the national anthem. What they had been doing routinely for years without controversy suddenly became this huge thing. And we even accuse celebrities who don't speak out about social issues as being naive or cowardly. Plus, there's sort of a currency in being woke. It can help a celeb's brand. Furthermore, O'Regan told me that through their social advocacy, outspoken actors like George Clooney and Angelina Jolie established themselves as serious people who have the ability to lead. This helped both of them make the transition from light acting to more serious leading roles and to the director's chair. So basically, the relationship between a celebrity and a politician or social cause is a two-way street. The politician or cause gets some publicity, and the celebrity is seen as engaged or intelligent or worldly or whatever. And keep in mind, it seems in 2018, the worst thing you can be is uninformed. There's so much social pressure to follow the news and have an opinion. Yet, when a celebrity offers a political perspective constantly, and those opinions are pretty predictable, their impact is diminished. Not only that, but Cobb told me celebrities can also suffer from a blowback effect. Basically, they can damage their reputations through their political speech, and that could interfere with their marketability or endorsement deals. This may have been the reason that Michael Jordan was so non-political. In the 90s, when a Democrat asked him for an endorsement, Jordan reportedly refused, explaining, "Republicans buy sneakers too." Jordan denies saying this, but his public image was pretty obviously crafted in a way that avoided controversy. He didn't want to ostracize potential fans and customers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, another NBA legend, accused Jordan of choosing commerce over conscience, which speaks again to the social pressure of being political. Now, the other cultural element that plays into the intersection of celebrities and politics is the blurred line between the news and entertainment. A blurred line, admittedly, that might run through Beme. But it certainly runs through The Daily Show and Stephen Colbert and the late-night monologues that all lampoon politics all the time. They've gotten us accustomed to seeing entertainers relay political information. Even the celebrities that appear on these shows to promote movies or albums are asked about politics as if they're experts.
I'm sorry, what again is NAFTA?
But the truth is, it's difficult to have substantive conversations about policies and social issues. The pressures and speed of modern life affords us little time to investigate, to read, reflect, and debate. But it's super easy to react to a celebrity tweet, to feel like we're discussing complicated topics when we're really just participating in an elevated form of celebrity gossip. And this, in my opinion at least, is the danger of both the celebrification of our public discourse and the emergence of outrage culture. Because when we're all up in arms about a Kanye tweet or a Lena Dunham PSA or the fact that some celebrity used an inappropriate word, what are we not focusing on?
It broke my heart that Roseanne Barr was the topic of social media and not the 4,600 deaths in Puerto Rico. And, you know, that begs the question, who are we as Americans?
Okay, I'm gonna go live my life.